Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching episode 9 of Young Justice Phantoms. And after having an arc about Superboy and Miss Martian and having another arc about Artemis and Cheshire, this one goes into Zatanna, but also deals a little bit more with Vandal Savage's past, which I was definitely intrigued in back when it came out and when they went into more detail about Vandal Savage in Season 3. And this episode not only keeps up the intrigue of Vandal's character, but also has Zatanna take a bit of a teacher role, which I always thought would be a good turn for her. But let's get to the story, shall we? The story is that Zatanna is teaching her proteges about the ways of magic, one of whom is actually one of the kids who becomes one of the members of Shazam. You know, the kids who eventually form Shazam. And on top of that, we learned that Vandal Savage had an early encounter with Klarion The Witch Boy, where he was killed repeatedly and brought back to life repeatedly, as they fought for almost an entire year before Klarion became so intrigued with him to stop. On top of that, we also get a Lord of Chaos coming in and creating a minion of her own made out of an artifact of Atlantis, and we have a pretty cool fight between Klarion the Witch Boy and Zatanna and her class. But that's all I'll say about the story. Klarion the Witch Boy always felt like the wild card out of the Light members to me, mainly because he's very childish, but also very insane and very chaotic when it comes to his powers. That's to be expected when you have a dark magician who's also has the mentality of a child, even though he's basically an immortal being. And this episode certainly shows off the best of his capabilities. He's basically able to trounce Zatanna and her class after putting some actual effort into it, and after they try pretty much everything that's worked to keep him at bay in the past. And it's really only an untimely call from a Lord of Chaos that prevents him from actually finishing off our heroes. So, yeah, looks like Zatanna and her class really needs to step things up if they ever want to survive another encounter with him. On top of that, I like that we're learning more about Vandal Savage, even if those parts of the episode, again, do have pretty limited animation. You get the sense that they wanted to keep the animation as good as possible for the present scenes, but for the past, they basically do as much as they can to save on budget, while making sure that the great voice acting and narration are enough to carry it. And thankfully, most of the time it is. The past scenes are interesting, and the voice acting is strong enough to carry it, but I just wish that there was enough of a budget to keep those scenes on the same quality as the ones in the present. But aside from that, we also get an appearance from Madame Xanadu, and we get a cameo from Kent Nelson's Dr. Fate. And honestly, if they ever want to face Klarion the Witch Boy again, maybe they should get Dr. Fate to come back and take him on, because if I remember correctly, Dr. Fate could possibly take him down. But it seems that we have another new antagonist to introduce, who is talking to Vandal Savage near the end. And on top of that, Garfield's still feeling the after effects of what happened in the first arc of the season, as he's gotten a lack of sleep and he's not doing his chores or going on missions. So, who knows what's going to happen to the Outsiders with their leader being in a funk. But I suppose we'll learn what's going to happen with all these plot lines in the coming weeks. So, see you next time.